Good afternoon, all. This is the first segment of Frankly My Dear. Um, this channel right here is just gonna be the raw, straight truth. Everything from sports to politics. So today, kind of touch on the big topic from yesterday. Which was Kanye West and his statements he made about slavery being a choice. Just to give a quick background, Kanye West was Kanye West was my favorite artist, man, of all time. I put him up against anybody. His message when he came out, it was positive, man. It was something before its time. And also it was something that I could relate to. I wasn't a one of the guys you would call a tough guy. The backpack kid, that was me. So I really could relate to Kanye and his message and what he was doing for the community. But somewhere along the lines, Mr. Kanye West decided that I can't say he decided. He went through a lot. His mother passed. I can never, I can't imagine how you feel losing a parent. But so I don't want to completely, say it was a decision of his own. But just over time, he gradually saw the change in him and his demeanor, his way of thinking. He started wanting to be accepted more. He started wanting to flash more. There's no problem growing, but you still got to stay true to self. Yourself was that kid on College Dropout. But if people don't know, yesterday Mr. West decided that he had an interview earlier in the day with Charlamagne. Great interview. I felt like he was very intellectual. It reminded me of the old Kanye. Still some things I didn't agree with, but I understood what he was saying. I could relate to what he was saying. It was Kanye. It was kind of like that cousin who you don't like hanging around them all the time, but you accept them because they family. It was that Kanye. Then later, I see the TMZ video. Kanye says slavery was a choice. Now I know it's a lot of people out there trying to say, uh, what he really meant was people had a choice to be slaves. The old Harriet Tubman quote. You could, if they realized they were slaves, if they only knew that they were slaves and knew that it was more and better out there, they would have revolted. Which I could kind of I see where he was going, but at the same time he has to look at it like that could have been more thought out. Got people like Fox News, they'll take a statement like that and just eat it up. That's the same arguments that they've been making for years, that they've been drilling into the masses' head for years. And I just feel like it's a time and place for everything. Kanye is a very articulate guy. And I think sometimes his emotions seem to cloud his how he articulates things. And he's thinking, but he's not all the way thinking before he speaks. And like the gentleman told him that works for TMZ, we not just you because you're a celebrity, but us as African Americans, we have a responsibility to speak truths. To I'm not even gonna say speak truths, because that was his truth. But we have a responsibility to not come across as ignorant. And this is not just for white people, this is for our own people as well. We have to be an example for them. When you're educated, even if you're not educated, you have to set an example for others in the things that you say. And that same statement that he made, that's what they're already teaching in many schools now. Not that slavery was a choice per se, but more so that slavery was just this blur. It was just this quick thing. And it happened. It's over, and that's it. But of course, we all know that that's not true. So again, I mean, people saying it's a publicity stunt. I don't think that it is. I think this brother, he's just in a place right now that nobody can really relate to. Nobody really knows what's going on. I'm not here to crucify Kanye. Like I said, I was one of Kanye's biggest fans. I still like his music. I'd be a hypocrite to sit here and crucify him and still listen to um, Saint Pablo and Graduation on a daily basis. So I'm not gonna crucify him for that. But what I will say is just people, man, just pay attention to what you're doing out here. Pay attention to to your to how you react. You have to just pay attention to things. Now that I think about it, I remember him saying in the Charlemagne interview he was on medication. I think sometimes when he goes on these rants, it's him missing his medication. Unfortunately in the black community, I feel it's a stigma when people have to take medication that help them with their emotional issues, their emotional problems. I think that's something else that needs to be addressed as well. But just giving my 2 cents on the whole spill. I know this isn't the most professional way of speaking, but I just wanted to get it out there. Just something that was on my mind. And like I said, I'll be doing these videos occasionally, just to discuss the current issues going on. I'll probably come back a little later and do something a little more fun. I'm a little more relaxed regarding sports, but I just felt like I needed to touch on this because Kanye was such a big influence in my high school and middle school years, and I found him very relatable, and his music was something that helped me through tough times. So, it's just tough to see him in this spot, but at the same time, nobody's perfect, and I'm not here to pass judgment. But anyways, this is the first segment of Frankly My Dear. Hit the like button, subscribe. I appreciate you. If nobody listens, at least you gave me an avenue to express myself. Y'all have a good day.